Welcome to the Auspicious Agile video blog. This week we're going to talk about the Agile Project Manager. Now, the traditional project manager is one that is generally known to be command and control, laying out what the teams need to do, when they need to do it, dealing with the iron triangle of scope, schedule, and budget, acting as kind of a military general would and ensuring that the team is following orders and completing what they need to complete when they need to complete it. They expect that the team will follow their direction and do as they're guided in. The Agile team, on the other hand, is an empowered Agile team. They are focused on delivering value and working on whatever product or service that they're putting together. They're doing it for their team, for their organization, and they are responsible for that work. So they are self-organizing, which is very different than a traditional team and a traditional project manager's world, where here they organize themselves. So is there then a role for the project manager in Agile? Well, let's take a look at that. In Agile, if we get to any complex environment, we're going to have many teams, not usually just one, maybe 5, maybe 10, maybe more. I've worked in environments of 50 teams or more. And what usually happens when you have that many empowered, self-organizing teams is they start to get out of alignment. So one team is working in one direction, one team is working in another, yet another team thinks that their goal is to complete their piece and to do it in a different way, etc., which means that they are not necessarily in alignment. So a project manager can help with that alignment. A project manager in an Agile world can also help with, as traditionally they have, contracts that need to be put in place. We are often going to deal with contracts for vendors, and we're going to deal with contracts that have to do with lining terms for employees that might be joining the team or other contracts, and we are going to still need to do that and have somebody to be able to cover that part. Now, another aspect that the Agile Project Manager differs from a Scrum Master, Scrum Master has a focus on the team. So the Scrum Master is looking at removing impediments from the team, making sure they're protected, there are no blockers, nothing is getting in their way, and their focus is on the team's process and how the team is working. On the other hand, if we look at the project manager, and in this case, the Agile project manager is more focused on the executives, the leadership team, and reporting to them the progress of projects, the results and business results of those projects, and ensuring that the actual results that are expected are coming into play. So the project manager is focused on the executives and the leadership. So the project manager in that way is actually more aligned with tracking budgets because this is something that is really part of the executive focus. They're tracked on looking at spend and how the money is being spent and the burn rate, which we still have to watch, whether we're in an agile or a traditional project environment. We still need to look at what's happening with the money, how the money is being spent. And we also have planning that needs to take place. The Scrum Master and the team might be looking at the near-term sprint and iteration, the next few iterations, and focus on delivering value there. But there's also roadmap and strategic and strategy planning that needs to take place for the longer term, looking at a bigger picture and a broader focus. And often the project manager or the Agile project manager, at least in a larger project, is able to help to give that focus working with product owners and others. Now we need to go back, even with all of those aspects that an Agile project manager can help with, there's still a focus on leadership. And just because somebody is a project manager and may be able to fulfill those roles, they have to also be a servant leader and not command and control, as we talked about in the beginning. This goes to a note, which is important. A lot of times people will simply take project managers and make them scrum masters for the reasons we just talked about. This certainly does not always work, both from a leadership style and the responsibilities of a true Agile project manager. So, hope some things to think about there. Till next time, stay agile. Welcome to the Auspicious